This is the brand new Hornet 750 Honda's Streetfighter, which comes with an aggressive design, a new engine, and lots of built-in technology. And I'm here at the Capoava racetrack, invited by Honda to test their newest release. And in this video, you'll learn about the technical features of the 750 Hornet when it will arrive in stores and the price. And my initial impressions riding it on the track. If you're new, I'm Amanda Pagliari, and this is Brazil's most charming motorcycle channel, featuring the best two-wheel launches online. So go ahead and smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. Once the full Motorplay standard review video is released, covering positives, negatives, fuel consumption, and more, you'll get it. But only if you're subscribed to the channel for free and have notifications enabled. Honda relaunched, revived the Hornet name, and the first to get this name was the 750 with a brand new engine. It was launched abroad, but it's only now that it has arrived in Brazil. Later on, we had the Hornet 500, which has already been launched in Brazil as well. Check out the Motoplay channel video, link in the description and card. Watch it later. Finally, the Hornet 1000, the 4-cylinder, is confirmed for Brazil in 2026, the 750. It's the intermediate Hornet, let's say, since the entry level is the 500 and the 1000 is the top of the line. And it has this look here, very aggressive. It was actually designed with the Vespa in mind. If you don't know, Hornet means wasp, and this side fairing here resembles the wings of a wasp. The front of it is very minimalist, and this design here is already updated with the latest version released in Europe so far. At the Interlagos Festival, which I made a video about and will leave in the description, Hornet showed the older model, but the updated model from Europe will already be launched in Brazil. Look, how cool is that? We have a very compact motorcycle, a very small seat here, and a bit hard for the passenger, since its focus is just being a more sporty motorcycle. For you to ride, take it out on the weekend, speed up with your friends or on a track like this. However, Honda also focuses on the young audience who are just starting out. They have some experience but want to take a step up and improve their riding skills. In addition, it's also for riding in the city, for urban use, as well as for sporty use. All the lights on the horn are LED, including, we have the new signature here at the front with the dual headlights, very beautiful. The LED turn signals also stay on at all times, and this version has automatic turn signal cancellation. At the back, there's an ESS system. And when you make an emergency stop at a certain speed, the electronics detect it and automatically activate the rear turn signals. Communicate with the vehicle behind to get their attention and increase safety. The chassis is completely new, very compact. Just so you have an idea, it weighs, just the chassis, right? 16.6 kilos, the CB 650R E-clutch chassis now weighs 18.5 kilos. So you have a really compact bike here, focused on lightness and agility. So you have a caster angle, a lean angle, and wheelbase. Everything is designed so you have a bike that's very easy to handle, both in the city and when taking curves. Its seat height is 79.5 centimeters from the ground. I'll get on so you can see I'm 1.77 meters tall and have no trouble placing both feet on the ground. There's plenty of motorcycle for me. Riding position here, since it's a Streetfighter, your legs are angled like this, more of a 90-degree angle. It's not too far forward, so it's very comfortable for city riding. I'll soon share a video of me riding in city traffic. Subscribe so you don't miss it. Here, the more upright position adds comfort on long trips and especially in the city. The passenger seat feels hard, but the rider's seat, though firm, is wide enough for comfort. What I really liked was how well my legs fit. And it has a dry weight of 180 kilos, that is, not counting the fluids and the fuel tank, which has a capacity of 15.2 liters of gasoline. The engine is completely new. This platform, a 755cc twin-cylinder engine with liquid cooling. But what caught my attention the most was this vortex technology, patented by Honda. How does it work? As you can see there on the screen. In short, when air enters, it curves like a vortex. And with that, it gains more speed, giving more pressure to the engine, resulting in better performance. Besides that, the fuel pump is the same one used in the Fireblade Triple R, which has technology to deliver more. So a much more efficient fuel mixture, bringing better engine response. So in practice, we also have the dimensions of the ducts, right, which are different. Focused on performance, however, according to Honda, this engine has good fuel consumption. Let's see how it will be in practice. And it produces 7.04 kgfm of torque at 7,000 RPM and a maximum power of 69.3 HP at 7,000 RPM. And it's an engine with a final chain drive and 6 speeds. Remember, the Hornet 1000 we have now in Brazil is the evolved version of the old Hornet and is a 4-cylinder. But the main focus with this engine isn't just that it has 2 cylinders. And yes, in my opinion, it's the fact that it's much less powerful than the European version. But hold on, I'm about to ask Honda why that happened. At the front, we have the inverted Showa suspension with the separate function fork big piston system, which means on each side of the fork, you have the hydraulic component. Also, the spring has a 41mm diameter and 130mm travel. At the rear, there's an aluminum swing arm with ProLink 130mm travel and 6 spring preload levels on the brakes. At the front, we have dual pedal-shaped discs with 296mm discs, 4 piston calipers from Nissan, and at the rear, a single disc with a diameter of 240mm. And it comes with a USB Type-C port. Here under the passenger seat, you have a port here with a little cover, right? Inside here, you can put your phone and recharge it while you ride. And it comes with an electronic throttle, and the dashboard is 100% digital. The outer dimensions are the same as the 500, however, it's a different dashboard. It's not just the information that's different, some icons are different too. So here we have the dashboard with a lot of information: fuel gauge, tachometer, and gear indicator. Here we have the speedometer, up here, temperature, clock, some indicator lights, right, for the headlights down here, an indicator of any problem, right? Service information. This one, the little heart. It's the riding mode, so you press here on the left handle, and we have the standard mode, we have the sport mode, and we have the rain mode. These come with pre-configured maps. There are also user 1 and user 2 modes. There on the screen, you can see all types of settings, including turning off the traction control of the new Hornet. You can adjust settings on the panel or directly on the handlebar. And here we have the trip information. It's similar to the 500 OK, so you have trip A and B, including you can set up on the panel what you want to display here too. Look, it's on user 2 and it shows you here which map it's on. For example, power is at full, brake and engine are set to minimum, and traction control is also at minimum. Check it out. To adjust the panel, go to the gears. You can configure riding modes in mode 1 and 2 there. Here you only have the information about how the default riding mode is set. And then you can compare here with the preset modes. And it's only in riding mode 1 and 2 in user, right, that you can turn off the traction control, okay? Each time you restart the motorcycle, it resets to 1 for safety. The shift light shows when to change gears and is adjustable. You can also disable automatic turn signal cancellation. And here you have the type of screen layout, so it's on circle, but you can set it to bar. There's also a simple one with little info. I'll set it to bar, my favorite. Anyway, guys, lots of information here right on the panel. Look how cool the bar has changed. Also, you can switch the background from white to black, but this panel lacks the connectivity found in the European version. To answer this, I brought Luis Gustavo from Honda. Please join us for your participation. Let's go, guys, straight to the point. So, Luisão, why didn't connectivity come here on the new Hornet like it has in Europe?
Yes, let's go. So, thank you to MotoPlay's followers for being with us here. Here's the thing about connectivity for these models. It mainly has to do with the homologation process by the telecommunications regulatory agencies. So what happens? The models that are starting now, they're in a line, in a homologation process. The models that we already have. This connection uses the HSVCS system, such as CB 1000RX EDV. Even the new Mill Hornet CB 1000 Hornet will already come with connectivity. Why? Since the current CB 1000 is already certified and has the same name. It is already enabled for this process. And these bikes, right, the Hornet 750, the Hornet 500 that we launched a few months ago, they are in the certification process. So the next updates will already come with this technology.
Cool, let's wait. So it's important to say that it wasn't Honda's choice. Another question about the engine, I think that since it's already a 2-cylinder, we know that the 4-cylinder is the 1000 that's coming. I've even mentioned it before, but here's the thing. I think people who like to speed up like power. And there's a significant difference compared to the European version. It lost about 20, right? Abroad it has 90 horsepower, but here it's nearly 70. Why is there this difference?
Yes, there are two situations. Here in Brazil, we have a process of standardizing noise emissions and pollutant emissions. So the measurement process has differences between here in Brazil and in Europe in terms of pollutant emissions. Euro 5 and Promot 5 are very close. And then there's the noise emission standard, which is a bit stricter. So what happens in Europe? As you mentioned, we have this engine. It's a modern, updated engine, super light, compact. It has some new technologies that we didn't have in any of Honda's models. Like a clutch with new technology, which has better wear control, also better grip, faster gear shifting, including quicker throttle response, so you improve performance. The same goes for the air intake system, electronic injection, injector nozzle, and fuel pump. You get faster acceleration, but then you have. In Europe, it delivers about 91.2 horsepower at 9,500 RPM, while in Brazil, the output is 69.3 at 7,000 RPM, delivered earlier. So I deliver earlier. Why is that? To comply with the noise emission law, the noise emission standard. So there's this small difference, but the performance you feel in this RPM range is similar to the one you got before.
Cool, right? Just to clarify, Honda didn't randomly decide to reduce power for a Brazilian car. Many people think that, but it doesn't work that way.
We need to invest more in local development. Exactly, everything would be easier if it were new.
Control-C, Control-V gets hate from you too. And then the last question is more for those who are unsure, right? Because now you have two nakeds more or less in the same engine range, okay? And one is a 4-cylinder. I'm talking about the E-clutch, right? So the audience is kind of unsure. So who do you think this bike is for, and who is the CB 650R E-clutch for?
Good, that's a really great question. You know why? We have the evolution of the naked category, right? So we have the CB 300 Twister, which is a more bold, sporty, naked concept. The Hornet 500, which has some features, right? It shares with this bike, especially in the Streetfighter design, in the air intakes of the tail section. It's a more modern, more radical, more aggressive concept overall, both on the Hornet 500 and on the CB 650 and the CB 650R. The concept, the style of the Neo Sports Cafe was a modern bike, but with a design inspired by the older CB 750 CBS models. And then you have the engine proposal. There you have the engine with a 4-cylinder behavior. It's a slightly heavier bike, which has a different performance. And here you have a much more agile bike for use in the city. Even because of the engine's behavior and the weight distribution and balance between the suspension and chassis, which are completely new. And then you notice this ease, this agility in use. And here we have a target audience profile much more focused on young people. The more aggressive design and colors show it's targeting a younger audience interested in design and more. Not that the CB 650 doesn't have this approach, especially with the recent update it got in the last few months, making it easier for beginners to use in urban environments. But here you have a much more agile bike for changing directions, especially for urban use.
Cool, that's it. I hope I helped you. If you had this question, write it down below and I'll help you.
That's it. See you next time, Amanda.
Thank you. And now that I've told you everything about it, let's speed up. The new Hornet on the track comes with me riding pillion. Wow, guys, first impressions, I was really anxious to get to know this new 750 engine from Honda, completely new on the new platform. And I can tell you guys that I'm liking it. It's a twin-cylinder engine, right? Like I said, but the delivery here, wow, it's really nice. It even reminds me of a 4-cylinder engine with that Honda smoothness. but with a bit more torque when you accelerate. And I came in so fast here that I'm in this mode too. I don't even know which one it was, guys, and it's just so cute. I'm impressed by this motorcycle's agility and the lightness. It feels like the 500. It feels like the 500, but much, much, much stronger. Even just starting out, you can tell it's a more powerful engine. Obviously, it's not a Hornet 500, but in terms of lightness, you can feel it. Look how it pulls the front here. It's super stable, but at the same time, really light. So how can I explain this to you? It's a light bike, you see, light to handle, but at the same time, you have stability. The front end, it has a weight that makes you feel stable. So I really like that. I could feel it here. Perfect handling, perfect. But what surprised me the most is the bike stability. Really stable bike. Well, my first impressions riding the Hornet is that it's an extremely agile bike and really, really stable. The front is very stable, glued to the ground, and the engine is progressive. Very nice, not scary at all. It has riding modes, right? But like my first impression was that it's a balanced bike and a great entry point for big bikes. If someone wants a Hornet and is interested in naked bikes, wouldn't this be their top choice? Well, it's good to start with the Hornet 1000, for example, but honestly, it has the agility of a 500 and the performance of a 750. That's the kind of torque it has. It's not something that really catches my attention, so it's not something I would say like, wow, it responds so quickly, to be honest with you. But of course, right, these are just first impressions. I'm going to take it for a more detailed test for you all. And also, right, a test with the pros and cons is coming soon. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel because as soon as that video comes out, you'll be the first to know. You see the modes, it's on 2. Which one was the right mode? It's sport, that one. Look, this one, wait, oh, it went one more, this one, oh, okay. Guys, I was in the wrong riding mode. The sport mode really makes a difference here, huh? Look. Wow, the sport mode. It gets a lot more aggressive. Man, it's a whole different bike. I don't know if I was in range mode. I don't even know what mode I was in. Oh, wow, now, yes, now I can really feel it. Look, before that, my speech, oh, balanced bike, balanced, what is it? Put it in sport mode and be happy. But hey, can I just say I'm glad I got to see this? Because for those who are just starting out, you put it in the calmer mode, and then as you gain experience, you go and switch to sport mode. So it's a much nicer bike to ride. Or in the city, you have a bike there that's calmer and more economical. And then on the highway, that's where you put on your suit, gear up, and go have fun on the track. Go have fun out there on the road with your friends. Now, yes, I can really feel all the sportiness. It's really nice to ride. You can see how much the riding mode matters, right? I found the brakes to be well calibrated. Man, the bike grips the ground. No, I won't be able to reach top speed here at this event, guys, but don't worry, I'll get to it soon. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel because as soon as the full review video of it riding on the road comes out, you'll know about it. Now let's wrap up with the price and when it arrives in stores. What a fun bike. But before I give you a summary of my opinion about the new Hornet and also finish with the price, I want to give you an amazing tip. If you want to get your Hornet and you don't have the money to pay up front, how about getting yours? No interest, no down payment, and with installments of 557 reais in the promotion, okay? Consortium, it's worth it. I have one myself, but you have to use the right strategy. You might do it somewhere else and it might not work out, and you won't get your asset anytime soon. So that's why my tip is for you to click the link in the description or point your phone's camera at the QR code on the screen and talk to Pablo. He's my friend. He will give you all the attention and come up with the right strategy for you to get your new Hornet 750, another motorcycle, a car, or maybe even the property of your dreams. Hurry up and message him now. Say hi, mention you're subscribed, and saw it here with Amanda Pagliari. Why? Because my subscribers get special deals. You can secure this promotional installment, which is for a limited time only. Guys, it doesn't cost anything for you to send a message to Pablo and then you go there and talk to him. It's free and you might end up with the right strategy to achieve your dreams. Don't waste time, okay? Find the link in the description or scan the QR code on the screen with your phone. I really like this launch. Honda's new engine and platform truly surprised me, and I was eager to test it. I think those 20 horsepower would make a difference, especially out on the highway and here on the track. It was really fun to ride, but we know that people like to speed up on the highway, so we'll have to see how the public reacts. Besides that, it doesn't have other technologies like, for example, a quick shifter, right? So I think you have to compare it with the competitors. If the price stays close to the suggested price, I think people will really like it. Remember, if you're upset, the Hornet is a twin-cylinder. The 4-cylinder Hornet 1000 launches in 2026. Subscribe to my channel for the first look. And it's available in 2 colors with a suggested retail price starting at 53,694 reais. And if you want to buy your Hornet 750 or any other Honda model, my tip is to visit one of the 32 Japado stores spread throughout São Paulo, Greater São Paulo. There's ABC Alphaville, Campinas to Sorocaba. Guys, they have the best service in Brazil. They accept your used bike of any brand as part of the payment. They offer financing, consortia, and much more. Get in touch with them right away. Many stores offer test rides, so talk to them. Reach out to schedule your test ride and get to know this new Honda technology, this new engine, chassis, and drivability. I'm sure you'll like it. Mention Motoplay for exclusive deals. Find the link in the description, call the number on screen, or scan the on-screen QR code. So that's it. If you like the video, leave a like and share this launch with your friends. If you used to ride a Hornet, tell me what you think. Honestly, a cool Streetfighter designed to compete directly with the MT-07. Each has its own technology, pros and cons. Speaking of pros and cons, this was a first impressions video. The full standard Motoplay video with all the pros and cons will be out soon. So subscribe to the channel so you don't miss that video. Up here, I'll leave a really cool video for you, and down here, I'll leave the one about the 500 Hornet for you to watch. If you haven't watched it yet, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and become a member. You'll get lots of perks like monthly giveaways and exclusive content. See you next time, kisses.